Hello, hello. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome in, Willow, Mac, Theron. Hope everybody's having a wonderful start of the week. We're working on the train. What a train it will be. Let's see here. I guess Turtle. Oh man, you had a great time with that game, Turtle. I remember.
Look, a train. At least
Turtle,
there
thank you
aren't
for
any robots helping with the track.
61 months. That's almost a year. Theron, thank you for 42 months. That's almost a year.
That's almost a year.
Just stacking them. Thank you both so much for your continued patronage. This game is sponsored by viewers like you. Oh, I hear people. Things are stirring. A little surprise visitor there. We've had there was an emotional butting of heads earlier. And that's I got an apology card. I think those are supposed to be stars drawn on, maybe? It's tough to tell for sure. It's very sweet regardless. And here in about 5 minutes I'm going to go down to help with bedtime for just a little bit. Ooh. I guess we need to make the next piece, the train car, the coal car. So really, what we should do here train test scene should include the locomotive. Scenes, train. Locomotive should not include these. And there we go. The environment should not be specific to the locomotive. Great. Looks good, looks good. And now we should be able to create the coal car. And we'll use the locomotive for sizing. Oh my gosh, and Mac. Thank you for 27 months. That's almost
That's a heck of a lot of dabbling.
That's pretty significant. That's 3 babies. to term. Oh, I forgot that I just kind of really haphazardly threw this one together, but it'll work. We'll move coal car here. That can be right there, that's fine. Okay, so the scale on that is okay. So let's grab this bit here, the bogey, and add a couple of those. Looks great. Could use a little bit of work there. There we go. That's a bold bogey right there. This guy right here, what kind of texture are we giving you? What about the shipping container texture? Is that this? It is this with albedo. So that's not going to be quite right, but if we make it unique and then make that significantly darker and shinier, then that'll definitely help. Like, what if it was just like gray? No, I feel like I do need just like the slightest bit of blue. Let's go over to the minecart scene that we've got. 'Cause that's got this little coal texture. And that would look great. Sticking out of the top here. If I can scale it just so. First off, do that. Nextly, I'm gonna lower it in around there. Hello, Al. That's him, Mr. Robot. That's what they call him. Al, I think I caught whatever you had. Been hanging out in too many streams with you. Oh, you know what? I think I can. I was about to say, oh well, it's too bad I can't get this to tile properly, but I guess I can. If I duplicate it and then go negative on the Z scale, then that will basically mirror it. Yeah, there we go. That looks a lot better. Game music sounds weird. Let me take a listen. Oh, there's a bug in that. Neat. I really overcomplicated this music player bit because I wanted to do these like little collapsible folders, and I want to do this auto fade in, fade out, and the different little things step on each other's toes too much. I like that this auto loops the music, but the fade in, fade out, and the folder stuff is like really janky. Luckily, this is not like a product that I am like advertising for everybody. This is just a nice, this works for me. Yeah. Now, what would be really nice is I could capture this as an OBS scene to say, like, use the OBS built-in browser, set up autoplay, and then have that just embedded in OBS with like a little, like, something like this, like a little now playing, but like much smaller, significantly smaller, but always on top. Actually, I could do that, except for the autoplay. That would require actually coding that in. The autoplay and the text formatting well. You know, do the traditional like little like show one line at a time, like show the album name of Paper Robot OST. We'd come up with a better name for the OST, I'm sure. Oh, that reminds me. I had an idea for another system that the game needs. Bug Fables did something with it, but Thousand Year Door did not even in the remake, and that is getting to play any audio track in the game. I like when games kind of gamify the soundtrack a little bit. I don't remember exactly how it worked in Bug Fables, but there's like an NPC who can play any song that you've heard. They don't do anything like, oh, what's the word? They don't do anything in universe with it, really. It's like they describe it as like, oh, she's a musician, she'll play any song, but they don't like play with that to any degree. Thank you, Al. I was about to say endemic, and I was like, wait, that's not it. My brain has crossed a couple of things. Maybe, I don't know. That's the right one though. Diegetic. Here, let's see if that works all right with this. Putting these together. I'd say that's getting there. Let's get a real cart next up. Oh, I'm getting a buzz, but not in the normal way. What do we got? Oh dear. We're having some problems getting to bed. What can I leave you with? Yeah. I could obviously set the train there. Clips or just here's a train. All right, well, we'll leave it on Walking Tumbleweed for 6 minutes and hope for the best. Wish me luck. We're not out of the woods yet. But we're getting there. Ah, hey, Slav. Yeah, it's been something. It's been something tonight. It's true. Gosh, it's tough. It's tough, but we're making it. All right, let's make a passenger car. We were gonna go with a box car, I think, not like a passenger car. Let me pull up our little example. Oh, great. No is good. Yeah. Mine is really exercising that. I'd like to imagine that this is that we've hit the moment of like this is the eruption. But no. We're not there yet. All right. Now we go into the scene. Get a box car in here. Make sure that it's scaled. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so that is the right scale for this. Yeah. Part of it, it's the start of another school year, and that means that suddenly we're having to wake up and be places. Nobody's enjoying that. So the shipping container material looked pretty good. If we could make that unique and change it to more of a reddish, rusty red color. Redder than that? The problem is it's already kind of a darkish gray, so we're not really going to get bright red with this, but it works. That looks all right, and we haven't even really gotten started. Yeah, but we'll be all right with it. It's just getting back into it. So let's see. I want to keep the top relatively flat. But what I can also do here is we want to imply the little slidey doors. Like that, except we need a different material for this then. So let's check out what we got here. See, that's awful for this. Hey? No. Here we go. This one's pretty good. See, that might be good for the whole thing, though. That's actually pretty good for the whole thing. And then this can be something a little bit different. Too bright. It needs to be kind of the same. Actually, how does that look in this scene, then? Tough to tell, because it's actually highlighting it, and that doesn't do us any favors. That might be okay. Gives a little bit more texture to it. And obviously that texture is awful for this, but... Oh, but what about, we've got, it's like, yeah, hang on, this might be what we want. Yeah, and I'm really taking a lot of shortcuts to make it do that. But honestly, you're allowed to do that. Yes, but a little darker. And then repeat that texture. No, actually the other ones are probably fine as is. A little bit wider. And maybe like a little bit off to the side. That's pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. Now, typically a lot of these kind of had the roof kind of comes to like a gentle point, or at least like a curve over. But to make that happen, oh my gosh, it's posy party everywhere. Break out the posies. Good look at this image here. Yeah, like a little roof shape. Ultimate party animal. Pocket of posy. Well, yeah, we gotta have as many as we can get a hold of. Now the problem with having it angled is I'm planning on this being like a battle arena, which is gonna be weird. Mr. Mike, I like trains too. I gotta admit. I like trains. All right. I was thinking about kind of like, all right, so let me pull out the cart, or I guess what is it? It's chapter 3, Hex Expanse player piece. Well, that's an example of it. It's not great, but okay, vaguely like this. Okay, so it's gonna be like at speed. There's the big chase scene. The fan is going to be replaced with a rocket at this point. Maybe 4.5. And so we're going to have the cart like right up alongside next to the train. And so we're going to have player and partner standing on this side. I think to make it work nicer with the battle, there's actually going to be like a platform attached to the top that's nice and flat. And we're going to hand wave that as, oh, that's scaffolding for the rocket boosters. Don't worry about it. So that's going to be going on. And then on this side is where the enemies are going to be. So player sprite could... kind of like this. Player sprite going to be up here. And so they'll occasionally have to walk across, hit enemy, and walk back. Okay, so maybe this will need to be a little bit smaller to get this to work properly. But that's going to be a thing. It's going to be like walking over, attacking, to make sure the animation works as it normally would. We can position the enemies pretty much wherever we want, but the player is still going to have to cross to do that. And when that happens, we need a nice... The set dressing has no physics. That's that's just the case on all of these scenes. All of the battle sets where battles take place, there are no physics on anything you see. The actual battle scene is just this. This is the actual physics of the battle scene. It is one large physics box. And so I want that to match this because some of the moves may not play well if I have to adjust it so that, oh, well, I need the player to like slope upwards slightly or even downwards slightly. And if I just hand wave it and say, no, just have them walk flat, then it's like, oh, well, now the player looks like they're hovering or sliding into the train car. And that doesn't look good for anybody. So I think we're going to leave it as completely flat for now. Maybe we could like do a little bevel. Actually, that might be good enough. Just a little beveling. So that would look like that. That's already pretty nice. And then transform, change the Z index to a negative, and there we go. Bish bash bosh, as they say. Okay, I think that looks better. There's all these gray lines that are making it difficult for me to tell for sure if I actually like it better. We could give the cutaway a different material. That might give us a little something, actually. Let's try that. Let's take the material from this and apply it to these. Yeah, it just gives it a little bit of a highlight there. I think I like that. Oh, thank you, Fanny Slam. Lizards a symbol. All right, that's not looking too bad. Now we want to continue this scene idea, and that's going to involve a sliding texture, which I have a script for that, and I don't remember how it works. UV offset. I don't think that's going to work. I don't think that's actually going to work. Like, we'll try it. So this is saying grab the standard material 3D. Wait, what is ground here? Oh, I see. Okay, so we can't do it exactly like that. We kind of just need a placeholder ground, which is going to be using something similar to this, but different. So delete the ground. Add a new ground holder, which is going to be... No, a mesh. Just a big old plane is great here, I think. But it's got to be huge, right? That's not big enough, actually. That's like barely big enough. All right, so we're going to take this texture here, this one. Is this the one? Let's find out. Yes. We're going to make it unique. I kind of want to rotate this a little bit. Because right now it's triplanar, and that's I'm going to be messing with this a bit. Actually, this would be a lot easier if it wasn't triplanar. But I need to figure out the scaling of it. Maybe that. Maybe that. And now that it's not triplanar, I can do this. If I so chose. And now the difficulty is... Oh, actually, yeah, I could get a nice angle that's a little bit better if I go with not 45, but 60. It's either 60 or 30 gives me what I'm actually wanting here. Okay, that doesn't look good. Huh? No. Well, close. Are we gonna eyeball this? Make a second one of these. It's like slightly higher than the first. Okay. And then it's about here? Nope. A little bit further this way. Oh man, the line is about right, but it's not set correctly. See, that's the problem. Okay, that's the problem with doing 60 degrees, I guess. So if we just stick with this, how far do we need to go? 10. Perfect. It's 10. It's exactly 10. Yeah, if we go at an angle, then we have to like, well, how far is it really? Okay, but so we can do an animation player for the ground, maybe. Looping, autoplay, ground mesh. How fast are we saying this is going? I guess we're gonna try and line it up. I need to go down there and see what's going on. They're still not done. Okay, that does line up pretty well with the speed of the particles, it looks like. And what about the wheel? Does that wheel line up pretty well with this? Oh, the wheel's not actually turning right now because it's part of a subscene. Where did our player go? Let's just throw the player in, see what happens. Oh, we're just gonna fall forever. That's no good. Yeah. Kirby's Dream Course. Alright, I guess we will have a big solid block that is solid but invisible, just to give us something we can walk around on. I want to add some decorations. Gotta keep up, gotta keep up, gotta keep up, gotta keep up. Okay, the coal car and the box car need a little bit of bobbing. I'm realizing that's abundantly apparent. We'll probably maybe stir up some dust. Oh, the particles are gonna get unreal here. We're just sliding along on the... This reminds me of an old TF2 custom map. because it was one of those tricks where the ground was not actually moving, it was just a texture that was sliding. Yeah, let's start with making the coal car bob a bit. Thank you. I sneezed. That's pretty much all it comes down to. I sneezed. What's the timing on this? It's 4, but it's at 12 speed, so it's actually a third of a second for the loop. So let's match that third of a second. That may actually occasionally go off, but that's okay. It's okay if that happens. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, so it's gonna go wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. The coal needs to be in the car, and then we can mess with the coal car rotation. Along the z-axis. That looks fine. Great, ship it. Well, instead of doing that, take this to this. So it's a little bit more evenly bobbing. All right, that one's good. And now for the boxcar. These are all part of the door. So let's nest those in their own little node and put that under the main body. Oops, I missed. There we go. All right, animation player, loop, autoplay. Third of a second. Bogey. Bogey. Don't have them perfectly on cycle. -0.3. Okay, great. Main body is very middling. Mess with its rotation. Cubically. Z-axis. 0.5, -0.5 is fine for that. Probably actually want to reduce that one. They keep getting more complex, it's true. They keep getting a little bit more and more. And I've already got some ideas for Chapter 4, which is going to make it bad. difficult, rather. All right, let's see if that looks a little bit better. Oh yeah, we got a lot more movement on the train now. That's good. Okay. Next thing we need is things zipping by. There's a few different ways we could do that. What was the scene? It was in chapter 1. What scene was it? J? No, L. No? Yeah, it would have been maybe K. L. Alright, well, let's see where this is. It's a little cinematic that takes place over here. This stuff right here, you're on a stationary lily pad, and all the elements are scrolling to the left on a loop. And I don't know how that works. Current cinematic. Movement looper. Movement looper. Movement looper looks at a list of children. For each one, it adjusts its X position by a speed value. And then we give it a min X and a max X. And if it exceeds that, then it loops. Okay. And it's the sub X, not the global X. It's local X. Yeah, I think that's the thing we need. I need it without all the children objects. So we're going to take these out. And we're going to replace them with, like, cacti and stuff. But the speed is definitely -10. Cactus. And then the movement looper transform here. X. I think I want it pretty far back because the camera is occasionally... Oh, dang it. The camera is occasionally going to be, like, looking around. Right? So I need to have some kind of distant fog enabled, maybe? I don't know exactly how that's going to work. -100 to 100, maybe? I'm going to try it. Loop back to 100. So I want this to be, like, pretty close to... Okay, let's see what that looks like. Just this much. How bad is this? FPS is fine. Okay, do these loop? And when they do loop, do they line up with the ground speed pretty well? Ground speed, perfect. Perfect ground speed. Okay, these are going to be positioned in such a way that you'll just occasionally see them. They don't need to be particularly perfect. If anything, they look a little bit slow. Yes, actually. So check this out. If I take this, well, first off, the train will not, like, I can do this. I can rotate the entire looper, and it still loops properly. That said, because it's in local space, so the cactus is moving within its own local positioning from negative 100 back up to 100. That said, I don't think I'm gonna have the train like do curve turns, but we are going to at some point turn the whole set 90 degrees. I'm on the fence still about whether that's going to be in one single battle or in two. Because this thing with the train cars is supposed to be like its own weird gimmick that I'm not even 100% on. Oh, all right, gotta head down. I'll be right back. Hello. Hello. Welcome. Sorry, I just stepped away. Hi. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. How was the stream tonight? You can ignore that we're just sliding around on the ground here. Come on, Posey. Hold on. Hold that thought. We're good. Thank you, Gaming Up, for the raid. I appreciate that. How was your stream tonight? We've been making trains. As you can see, it's looking great. Cactus might be, I don't know, detracting from the speed a bit. Ran out of gas earlier on. I get it, yeah. That's fair. Okay, I'm not sold on the movement looper. I'm gonna hide that for now. Okay. All right, so here's the big problem, is I've got this very, let's say, maybe overly, you know the word. I'm reaching for the stars here. Thank you. Overly ambitious, perhaps, system for the battle for Chapter 3. And I think it's too big of a battle for one battle. I think it's so long that you just kind of be done with it halfway through. So the initial idea is you've got this big grand display going on of you're fighting on the boxcar from like a cart platform that's riding alongside of it. It's kind of like, you know, shifting a bit back and forth. Neato, cool stuff. And then have some kind of system where like there's a third party that's also attacking you, and you've got some optional action you can take to instruct the cart to speed up or slow down so they move forward or backward or maybe to the other side. And so the battle's like very dynamic where you're like attacking from either end, and it's weird and crazy. And then I was thinking possibly like have multiple cars worth, like you finally fight off one car worth of enemies, and then you move up to a harder fight in the second car, and then another one on the third car, or maybe you're constantly going back and forth between them. I don't know. But then I was like, okay, and then after that, you switch 90 degrees, and now you're on top of the engine fighting the actual train itself in the form of its smokestack. Like, we're gonna draw a face in there. It's gonna look cool. Yeah, I feel like this needs to be multiple battles, because otherwise it's gonna be really annoying to, like, you get to the end of it, you get to the end of the first 3, and then, like, you just have a bad couple of rounds and you die at the final bit, and it's like, okay, now do that whole set again. I want there to be a save before the final boss. I know it's not out of the question to have, like, a back-to-back fights in a boss fight, but this is so much, and there's so... I think the wow factor would be lessened if you die during the fight, and you're like, well, the second time it's, like, not quite as amazing. So the options are either make the final phase a pushover, which sucks, or somehow let you save in the middle of the fight, sort of. Exactly. So I think what we want is... basically, the soundtrack. The song is so good. I don't want to interrupt the flow. I'm gonna pull it up because I always have to pull it up because it just fits so well. It's just got a good beat. And that nice train motif. It's like if I break the battle up and say, okay, now you're out of the battle and you have an opportunity to heal up and save and go stock up if you need to, and now we're back in the battle. I would love it if there was a way to just, like, push through somehow. So true, so true. Okay, so the healing guy is the fish. It's a different fish each chapter, but it's always a fish in water. That's the running theme. Yeah, maybe something like that. I want there to be the option to leave and save, or maybe even, let's see, okay, save and heal can happen without leaving the train if we really stretch the imagination a bit. Save and heal. That can be like in the we can have a little scene in the car itself, and, like, you confront the conductor and it turns out, oh, they're not in control of this thing after all. Uh-oh. And then also the fish pops up somehow. Don't worry about it. Just live with that. And there can be a save point. We can switch to a, like, bigger on the inside scene here. And then you can pop back out for the final fight. But then I need the ability to, like, the cart is probably still following, and you have, like, a dialogue box option. No. A dialogue box option of, do you wanna dip out and go to town? And then if so, then you kind of fall back to the overworld. The little, like, overview zone of chapter 3. and then you can re-enter the fight and be right there at the engine. Maybe that's the play, is that it's a 3-phase enemy fight, a break, and a scene, but this music is still playing to keep the tension high. This might be good enough, you know? I'll do it that way. Fight, fight, fight. Weird pre-boss pause. Don't worry about why the engine is so huge for this scene. And then it's dialogue options. Like, the scene is completely fake. There's no actual movement. It's all cinematics and dialogue. Maybe. We'll need to actually model some controls of some sort. Photon, welcome in. He's got the planes, we've got the trains. There's probably a third streamer out there with the automobiles. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. We need some good sound effects going through this. No tracks, because magic. Don't worry about it. You can tell it's magic because of the sparkly tracks that are appearing there. Oh, I probably need a little ladder on the side of these. That would look good. We need a little ladder. I've decided that we need a little ladder. The ladder's going to be extremely simplified. I did think about that. Honestly, I was thinking of having like this like mystical like magical dissolve effect. Yeah. I won't lie, there was a little bit of Wallace and Gromit in my imagination. Gotta have a little ladder. And there's gonna be a very simplified ladder. Yeah, and ultimately, you don't even see the tracks. You're gonna see them briefly in like the opening like flyover animation as the battle starts. And that's it. So probably not worth doing. That's a ladder. Right? Yeah, that's a ladder. It's fine. Ooh, tricky stuff. Well, see, this train is magic, so all actual rules and logic don't apply. Sorry, nothing I can do about it. It feels very disorienting walking, like having the ground slide around underneath. Tracks to the sliding texture, that's true. Yeah. If you hid where the tracks appear and just have them go infinitely far out, then it'd probably be fine. okay. Okay, this is okay. Next, we need something to fight. If we're gonna do a battle on top of a train, we better have something to fight on top of the train. Oh wait, we need the thing, right? The cart. This guy right here. Or a variant of it. That's got rocket thrusters. So I guess we need... Okay, this is the one, right? Yeah. We need a new inherited scene. The rocket version of this. So the idea is that somehow or another, the new partner, Melissa, and her gang of tinkerers who work with explosives and such, have strapped a rocket to your cart, maybe multiple rockets. And also, there's like a platform on top of it. Maybe like a wooden something or other. Let's try... Is it this one? Let's try this one. Yeah, that could work. You can even have multiple little sets of this. With like a little bit of wiggle. Okay. And then give me 2 underneath, like so. All right. And this is all, of course, necessary to strap the rockets to. Of course. See, a rope would look kind of cool strapped around. But then that gets into some weird stuff if we want to do like a path texture or something, or like a path 3D. Getting the curve to line up nicely is really, really annoying. Okay, so we're gonna call this upper deck. Plop all those in there. And then another one called rockets. Of course, made of CSG cylinders. Something like this. And they're gonna be fairly low-tech looking, like basically just cylinders with a bunch of explosions coming out of them. Metal corrugation? Actually, that would be on theme, wouldn't it? And then we can take this and duplicate, make that slightly smaller, and do that as subtraction. Nest it. Now we've got a tube. And now it needs explosives coming out of it. Liari, welcome in. All right, draw passes. I guess this is a plane. Why is it down there? I don't know. Great. Looks so good. Do I have like a smoke particle? I do. This would need to be particle billboard, transparency, face Z, cool, cool, cool. Process, no gravity. Oh yeah, Pib Party. Pib Extra Party. Direction. This way? This way. But like faster. And then maybe a bit of a tighter cone. And then like a bunch more of this. Oh geez, that's, yeah, see, that's gonna be hard to fight through if that's going on, huh? Okay, I can angle it, at least. Also, albedo. No, vertex, use as albedo. And now we can do color curve. So we're gonna say that it ends there, fades out, starts. See, that just looks like smoke, understandably so. Rocket color. Maybe if I reduce the time on each one. That certainly is more violent. The size, maybe. Does look a little bit more rocket, but also not great. Oh wait, I need scale. I need it to actually grow larger over time. So I want it to start relatively small, get bigger. Hello? That doesn't seem like that's doing that at all. I'm seeing no changes here. This is doing nothing. Great. Why not? Why not doing anything? Weird. Okay, change this back. Is this viable? Does this look like anything good here? Maybe. All right, what was the transform on this one? 2.106. There we go. It does look a little silly, right? I mean, I guess we won't know for sure until we really get it in here. Okay, this is train along with these two. Doesn't feel whimsical enough yet. Okay, 4 is perfect for this. Oh, the rockets are facing the wrong way, I just realized. Oh, and when you scale up the node, the particle effects don't scale to match. Huh. That's weird. Is there a flag for that? There is. There is. I know there is. Keep scale. That's probably right. That doesn't seem right at all. Never mind. It's not the one. Transform. Fixed size. No. Grow? What does this mean? Oh, no, that's not what I want. I guess I just need to increase the scale then by 4. Even though that's gonna look really dumb. There we go. So the idea is that this is going to kind of like shift a bit, I guess. But I don't want to shift. Maybe it'll be more like a rotation. An occasional bump or something. Because I gotta watch out for the fact that there are going to be things on top of it that are not going to be moving with it because they're not going to actually interact. It's probably fine. Okay. Let's do... I guess we need something to fight, right? Okay, so let's take the ground and the train and all this stuff, and let's rotate it all 90 degrees. No, let's not. I thank you for the follow. All follows are anonymous. Okay, so this is where the battle takes place, sort of. Oh, see, this is gonna be really, really tricky, isn't it? Okay, so we need the train and the player zone to be kind of in line here at 0-0. I guess we could just move this straight into sets. Battle sets. Okay. So train test scene. Rename that train battle scene. He is so smart. SMRT smart. Move it into sets. And now there is code that manages that. Is that the encounter manager that manages the sets? Maybe not. Oh yeah, that's not gonna be easy. Sets slash. Yeah, here we go. Battle decor. It's the scene manager manages that. Here we go. This is what sets it. So we can have... Okay, we're going to rename it. To match the other things here. It's going to be 03-train. And that is going to do something very nice for us. Specifically, let's go back to the mines. Specifically, it's going to let us access the battle scene from the game. I just realized something else that's wrong with this. So take all these. It needs to be lined up here. Down by 4. There we go. All right, so now custom battle with 2 pigs. In the new train set, what does it look like? How bad is it? Oh, the rotation didn't take. Well, that's a problem. Okay, so we got that already off the top of my head. That's a problem. This is noticeable, isn't it? You can tell that that's not it's not doing good. There's a few problems there. Oh, I never actually rotated this. Okay, that might line up decently. Let's go back to the mines. We'll be back in the mines. Give me the pig. Give me the pig. Pig on a train. Hey! Alright, this is a start. It is a start. Okay, let's think about this. Because if I also want to do that whole shenanigans bit about the snail assault happening just off scene here, this is going to get a lot more complex. This smoke is going the wrong way, isn't it? It's going pure left. Is it? It sure is. Does it not respect the sanctity of the rotation? Dang. Okay. Huh. I guess that's fine. because otherwise it's just going to be going wherever. But no, I really feel like that should be... Oh, you know, like 6 very slow but powerful rotations. You can't even see the stupid thing. This is going to be such a convoluted thing to make, isn't it? Because we're talking about having the cart be able to pull up to the next 5. I guess the train can pull backwards, but that is going to mess with the particle effects, and it might be noticeable. But it might be easier overall. Than the alternative. Okay, just kind of scoot them up a bit. Scoot that ground up just right. And now it looks like maybe the train cars, the box cars are in need of being a little bit higher as well. Just a smidge. No, that they're actually fine. Okay. Okay. Something that would really help a lot here. All right, you can't enable a... Okay, that's fine. So right now, it's like, yeah, you kind of walk across air, and we're just gonna hand wave it. Don't worry about it. It's like maybe I could make those last planks a little bit wider or something. I don't know. Maybe that's reasonable. That's what I wanted to happen. All right. Okay, so that could kind of deal with that. As for needing more room, I can just have the enemies. It depends on how many enemies there are, I guess. If there's only 1 per car, that's one thing. If there's 2, I can make some special arrangements to kind of squeeze them in place a little bit more. 3, I don't think we're fitting 3 on there. Okay. This mess with the scenery, though, that's pretty bad. That's pretty noticeable, but we can fix it with the battle camera. Depth of field. What is it? Is it just .dof? DOF blur far enabled. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. Okay, so battle has a camera already. We say that it has practical. Yeah. And then if we said this with like a 50 and a 10, I think that would probably be enough. But we don't want it to do it on every battle. We want to be able to toggle that. So let's fight against 1 prickle on a train. Go. I'm sorry, what happened here? Excuse me? Let's just start that battle again. Nope, something weird happened here. Let me check the GitHub repo. How would this have happened? Camera attributes. FOV somehow changed to 37. Okay, I know I did not mess with the FOV. You can play it back in the VOD. I did not mess with the FOV. Where do you set FOV on this? Where is FOV on this? The heckin' heck? What happened to my camera? Alright, hold on. I'm gonna roll the battle change back completely. That shouldn't mess with anything. I hope. Okay, go back to battle. Same. Reload this fight, and it should look normal again. Yes, great. It does that, casual. It does that. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Alright, so near, far, wherever you are. So if I turn on new camera attributes practical, now if I examine the changes that happen. Okay, so far, FOV is not automatically adjusted. Still good. I think it's because I temporarily had it set to camera attributes physical. Maybe that did something weird with the FOV. Okay, that's better. That's better. Bump it up. Bump up the blur. That might be a bit much for what we're doing here. I'm not sure. Let's try this. How far away is that? So that's 8. 40. So that must be 64 meters away. So it's 128 meters away. Because I can get away with saying 100 meters is where it starts, where the blur starts. That seems fine. This is something. Ooh. Oh, but I told you 6. I told you 6, like a fool. Hold on. Okay, and also Casual has sent over some sort of audio. Six. I like that. What did you have in mind for this? I'm trying to remember what I've recently been talking about. My brain is mush tonight. That's why we're doing art instead of coding. just made it, thought it'd be cool. I think it will fit in somewhere. I'm sure we'll find a place for it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's see here. How fast is it going? And do we actually want it to match that? It's not doing anything right now, but let's see here. Let's see here. Not fun. Don't do that. Don't do that. That was dumb. It is loud. It's fine. What do you mean it's loud? Oh yeah, we can do a whole soundscape for this train, like with like, oh well, no, hang on. So I was thinking like the as it like goes over different parts of the track, but there's no track for it to over, so it's just gonna be that. We're gonna figure out. Thank you, Photon, and thank you, Casual. A sparkly click clack. There we go. Some shimmer. Okay. Okay, so now, how do we disable, enable? Choo-choo! I want to be able to enable this on specific things. I guess we don't have to worry about it too much because there is going to be a battle script for this fight. The fight is going to have so much dialogue and other stuff going on. There's no chance that we don't have something going on. And so we will be able to enable the blur somehow. Cause yeah, we're gonna be creating additional fighters that aren't in the battle yet. Could they hit you from back here? Would that be something? Like they're attacking you while you're... then the fight gets easier the more you knock out, which isn't as great to me. I think what we'll do is... So you've also got King Snail getting on your case this whole time. He makes a return in Chapter 3 as a mid-boss, followed by a surprise obstacle in this finale segment. And so what we'll do is... It feels like this ground isn't moving fast enough. I need this ground to move faster. Speed scale 3. Three is better. 3 is definitely better, I think. I want to rotate the texture, but then it's really hard to get it to repeat correctly. It's fine. So I think what we'll do is after you... maybe. I'm thinking instead the additional fighters won't even be visible. So what'll happen is like King Snail will just like bust down each of these. You know, real thorn in your side. Like, he's gonna be all in the way. So you're gonna have an extra tactic option. Maybe even a different top level option here to make it very clear, like, yeah, you can do something different here. You should do something different here. Hey, notice this, notice this. An option that is like to command the cart and have them switch to the other side of the train. And so King Snail will be kind of off to the side a little bit, like targeting you with some wacky cartoon cannon. And if you move, then he'll hit the enemies instead, maybe even the train car. And he'll be talking at you the whole time. It'll be great, probably. I'm not sure if it'll be great. It'll probably be great. This is too regular, I'm noticing. Let's take that second car and flip it around. That actually even makes more sense, visually speaking. Yeah, we'll rocket away. Is that how I want to do it? With a tactics thing? I'm not 100% sure. I like the idea of King Snail getting involved here, but I worry that it makes this too crazy, or maybe it's just the right amount of crazy. I just got to figure out how to make it work correctly. Okay, maybe instead of switching sides, it's just a mini game that happens every so often. Like he's back here like, oh, I gotta steady the cannon, blah 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 blah, and then so you're just fighting, nothing else. And then as soon as you take this guy out, instead of him actually going down, King Snail's like, all right, fire the cannon. And then there's some kind of, not quite a quick time event, more of an action command, like a special defend action command, which I guess is kind of like a quick time event. He doesn't sound like that. And then if you succeed, then the cart like super speeds out of the way just in the nick of time, and the train car is just like completely destroyed. And then round 2, he does something different. Like he's firing from above or something. Basically, you're constantly having to like drive the cart while also managing all this other stuff. Something like that. Beans! Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, Raiders. Hey, thank you for the lizards. We are working on a real set piece of a battle here to capstone Chapter 3. I haven't finished Chapter 3. I'm not even close to finishing Chapter 3. But I figured I wanted to work on the battle at the end, because that's been something I've been excited about for a long time. Oh, we're in the middle of ads, aren't we? Oh, no. What timing? Welcome in regardless. I don't know, how does that work? How does that work with rating? Does that skip through? I haven't paid enough attention on Twitch. I have no idea how Twitch works. No! Release them! Release them, Jeff Bezos! Hi. We're almost back. We're getting there. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be amazing when we get back. Oh, I can't wait. This snail is so intimidating right now. Ooh, how are the actors stored? Maybe I can. Ah, dang it, they're not stored in any. They're all stored in one big container. It'd be really nice if I could have. We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. Ugh. I need sleep so much. All right, we're almost there. We're almost there. We've got 20 seconds left on the clock. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so good. The best, even, perhaps. Maybe. We'll see. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, Raiders. We did it. Yeah. Hello. Welcome in. We're working on a battle on a train because that's cool. That's like a really cool thing to do, and I love it when there's battles on top of trains in video games. And I'm brainstorming some weird things we can do with the battle. We'll see exactly how it happens. This is not who you're going to be fighting on the train. I'm not going to start drawing enemies tonight. It's way too late for that. No, it's actually going to be a snake. A gang of snakes. The bandits. Train bandits. Well, they're not... They own the train, I guess. Do they own the train? How do they get the train? I don't know how they got the train. They're certainly in charge of the train. Oh, probably a slink, a coil, a pretzel, a meal. No, this is gonna be a really fun battle. I really like the desert that we've been making. It's coming along nicely. Bandits have a different definition of the word own. Ah, you see. You see. Oh, boy. This is going to be really difficult to work into the existing battle system, but it's going to be worth it in the end. Because I think this is going to be a really good, like, wow moment for the game. And this isn't even the final boss fight. The final boss fight is going to be way up here on the at the front of the train. All right. Yeah, this is good. This is good. This will need some rattling, won't it? Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's add a little animation player for the rockets. Doesn't matter. Loop it. Upper deck. Rockets are part of the upper deck now, officially. This should be pivoted from about here-ish. Oh yes, there is a demo of this game available. And you know what? It's pretty good. It's pretty darn good. And it's getting better all the time. Oh, I forgot what I was going to tell you guys earlier. Okay, Z-axis. Give it a 1 degree wiggle. Oh, right. Faster. Faster wiggle. There we go. Now we're wiggling. I was talking about gamifying the soundtrack. And something that I think is pretty sweet. Let's put Dooku in here. Something I think is pretty sweet is when... yeah, that wobble is good. Is when you kind of have to collect the soundtrack. Shovel Knight did it. I don't remember how Bug Fables did it. I want to say with Bug Fables, it was just if you have heard the song, you can have the bard in town play the music, and that's that. But yeah, in Shovel Knight, you actually have to collect the song pages as a sort of little collectible, and you get money for bringing it back to town, and then you can have that song played by the guy, the minstrel. I've been playing Donkey Kong Bonanza with my kid, and that has, I think it's just a random drop chance occasionally of getting a vinyl record that you can then play anytime you get to a record player. Just listen to the soundtrack. So I think I want to do something with that. I think we'll be going a little bit retro. I'm leaning towards cassette tapes. I think it's reasonable to introduce this mechanic before Chapter 2. But I don't know exactly how it's going to work. I think I would like to do, like, enemies have a random chance of having the item held in battle of a random cassette. And the pool of cassettes is any song that has been playing in the game. So if you have encountered the song, then it's in the item pool for cassettes. But then I'm like, well, how do you get it? Do they just have it, and if maybe there's a move you can get eventually for stealing held items? I mean, I would like that at some point. That's a fun system. I really liked that in Thousand Year Door, of getting to steal. Like, when I saw an enemy carrying an expensive item, I'm like, oh, I need to spend a turn getting that. I definitely need to spend a turn getting that. So I don't know exactly how you get, but I think it should be tied to the battle system. But then I don't know exactly how it works. Who knows? What if it's like a hot potato thing? That doesn't make any sense, does it? What do you mean a hot potato thing? Like it's bouncing back and forth, but you want it. It's a thing you want. If you take damage, it goes to whoever damaged you. But then if you finish out the enemies, then of course you're gonna get it in the end. So it's like that's nothing. That's a big nothing sandwich. I'm gonna add that to the to-do need to have like a big systems. Here we go, big systems. Unlockable cassette tapes for soundtrack. In Drain Pipe have a music store. Maybe replacing Clyde and Dale after Chapter 2. Because they're not going to be there. They're going to be in Chapter 3 pretty much permanently. And so we need something to go in that spot. What if there's a little pop-up shop there selling cassettes? Could be a guy in a trench coat or something. Selling mixtapes. Or buying mixtapes. Or trading mixtapes. I was thinking some kind of modules would be cool. Like if you can get the boss music as like there are certain battle tracks that are non-standard. What if you had modules that could swap your battle theme to one of the other ones? Like one of the boss themes, so that you could have that playing in battles, in standard battles. But then it's like, oh, that's... I wouldn't waste a module slot on that. That should be free. And then I'd have to come up with a system for how do you do free modules? Doesn't make any sense. But that's the exact thing I would need free modules for. Maybe I could have modules, like, just for fun modules that do things like do weird music filters. I don't, that doesn't make any sense, does it? Like, just not cosmetic, but audio modules that just make everything high pass filter or low pass filter or bass boost or something dumb like that. I definitely think that would be a reasonable thing to trade the cassettes for, is modules. But then we need something that the modules can, some consistent thing that the module can do. But I'm not sure what. What if... I'm thinking about some dumb ideas here. Oh, it's okay, we're just brainstorming. Modules, money... tier rewards for collection percent. So like if you get 5 cassettes, you get a little reward. Once you get 10, you get a different reward, something like that. That could be there's something to that, perhaps. Okay. Here's another thing. Special move. Every chapter needs a new special move. We never even named the one you get at the end of chapter 1. It's the breakout style attack. So new special move I've got for end of chapter 2 going into chapter 3. Hidden Cache. Do a little card matching game. Not like you don't get to see the cards beforehand, but if you flip one, you've got like that one chance to remember what it was. Maybe you can get like one failure Or 2. I don't know. I'm not sure how much is too much. We'll have to balance it based on how many things. For every match you will get a temporary item in your inventory that can only be used for that battle. I don't know if they expire, or you can just keep them for the whole battle, or what. I just liked the idea of a match game, and then I was thinking of the Yoshi's Island bonus game where you throw eggs and match cards, and that's it. Now that one was memory based because you actually did get to see them all beforehand. We still might do something like that as long as it flips quickly. But then powerful items available for success. I'm thinking about one that could actually give you a chance of hitting the enemy with stop. That's pretty huge, I think. Now, I think it's kind of balanced because you're having to spend a turn using the special move. You're having to spend some of your gear power to use the special move, and you're having to spend a turn to use the item you get. So that's pretty costly, so it should be pretty major rewards. Now, I mean, it could be Dabble uses the special move, Partner uses the stop item. If it lands successfully, then okay, I guess you don't get attacked for, I don't know, 2 turns. So good job there. But I mean, the healing can mitigate the damage you take from 2 turns. The damage move, that's pretty huge. So maybe it's balanced. It's just more options. So it should be status effect in, applying items that you normally can't get a hold of. So it's things that you can't farm to sell them because they go away at the end of the fight. And it gives you kind of that versatility of you don't have to have only the partner can hit this one enemy, so Dabble can't do anything. Well, now Dabble has items that there's no reason not to use them. They're free. So it could apply some status effects that would be nice. So a stop status effect. Haste seems not great. High damage item feels like it's stepping on the toes of the damaging attack. So I want to kind of lean away from just doing the same thing that the heal move and the damage move do. But there's not much else you can do, right? What else can you do? Something that stop is good. I have haste as a status effect, but I have no idea what the balance is on that. Let's look at our status effect directory, see if that drops any ideas here. Ooh, revive. That's probably overpowered. Freeze is basically just stop, but again. And I'm kind of considering having Chapter 4 partner be able to inflict freeze with their energy-based move. So I don't know if that's good. Confusion Confusion. That's big. Cash grab. Ooh. Cash grab could be cool. So that's a positive status effect, that while you're under the effect of it, you gain money from dealing damage. So maybe, like, if we just want to fill it out more, then cash grab would be good. What is the special move that you get for Chapter 3 in Thousand Year Door? You get the stop time bomb. I don't remember what they called it, but it's basically just a stop status effect. Confusion is good. We'll think of some other things. So we would want a sort of consistent theme for this set of items. They need to only be accessible through this special move. And keeping in mind the action economy, having to spend a turn for this needs to be pretty impactful. But I also don't want to be doing the same thing that other special moves can do, but more expensive. Instantly just delete an enemy. Actually, attack down might not be bad. How many of these are we gonna get? Consider you could just unleash all of these one after the other. That could become a bit much. It's like if the enemy can't do anything about it, that's kind of sucks for them. Maybe make it so that these are intended to be used on single enemies by making them all single enemy target items. This move might be doing too much. I might have to rethink it. Let's get a raid going. I gotta get out of here. My brain just doesn't have anything left for thinking. Let's see here. Small is on. Perfect. Oh, Dove's doing his... is that the ad? The sponsored stream? Gah. So I certainly don't recognize it. Procedurally generated levels. Wow. It's a Diablo-like. That is a sponsored stream? Okay. Let's go hang out with Small. He's bringing back the mushrooms. going to be great. All right, everyone, thanks for hanging out. I will be recharged and ready for Wednesday. We're going to get back to Chapter 3. Yay! I think progress was made. This looks all right. The battle is daunting, but we can do it. I think breaking it up into 2 different battles is good. Have a save point in the train. Weird, but yes, in the train, a save point to break apart the 2 battles. Healing available. And then, yeah, we need, you're not even gonna be able to see this back here, so I don't know why we're bothering with that. It's fine. Maybe next time we make the enemies. We start working on the desert enemies. We gotta have something to fight. It's an RPG. Have a good night, everybody. I'll see you next time.